If you are not in the gaming industry, you're going to miss out on massive opportunities to make millions. In 2023, the global gaming industry raked in over $400 billion. By the year 2030, those numbers will almost double to 680 billion. Wouldn't it be great to get a slice of that pie? No, not that pie. No, not that pie. Okay, yeah, that pie. I want a slice of that pie too, and the best way to get it is getting into games that use blockchain technology. In my latest Intel report, I dive into the top 16 gaming-focused blockchains you need to know about now. It's mission time. Welcome back, agents. Secret Agent Stash here, and we are at GIA headquarters, the gaming intelligence agency. You know, last night, a few of the agents and I were working late, so I tossed on the Super Mario Brothers movie in the background, and it got me thinking. Lately, all the really good movies and TV shows are based on video games. The Witcher, The Last of Us, Halo, Fallout, Uncharted, Mortal Kombat, Twisted Metal, Gran Turismo, the list goes on and on. It's pretty clear the future of entertainment is gaming. So if that's the case, then what's the future of gaming gonna look like? Love it or hate it, that future includes crypto, NFTs, and blockchain technology. You can try to fight it, but better technology always wins out. Remember Laserdiscs? Killed by DVDs. What about Blu-ray? Killed by streaming services. They all died because better technology won out. Blockchain brings better technology to gaming, even if it's only a 20% increase from what we have now. So let's dive into my latest Intel report that quickly gives you insight into 16 of the top blockchains that are building the future of gaming. Even if you aren't into crypto, you probably have heard of Ethereum. The Ethereum blockchain is considered a layer 1 or base layer, and while it's too expensive for games to be built directly on top of, there are many layer 2 solutions that use the strength and security of Ethereum, but with faster transaction speeds and significantly smaller fees. The top layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum by far is the Polygon network. They've been around the longest, and they've had tons of time to really fine-tune the features they can offer games. Their chain is 100% compatible with Ethereum's virtual machine, or EVM for short, and expands transactions per second from about 30 on Ethereum to 65,000 on Polygon. Recently, they launched their ZK EVM solution, which in my opinion is going to be massive for gaming in so many ways, but particularly for digital identity in games. They also have some of the best partnerships in the industry that include others on this list like Immutable X and Beam. Polygon also has some of the top games being developed right now with over 80 titles using their tools, including My Pet Hooligan, Dead Drop, The Sandbox, Wildcard, Torque Drift 2, and Maple Story Universe. Polygon runs on the Matic token, and outside of investing in the games regularly, this is a good way to get general exposure. Now, speaking of great games and partnerships, Immutable X is a layer 2 solution for Ethereum as well that features lightning fast transaction speeds, feeless transactions, and fully carbon neutral NFT minting. They recently partnered with Polygon to create the ZK EVM chain that is next generation tech ready to scale for any gaming solution. Immutable's token IMX can be used in a variety of ways, including their marketplace for staking and governance. If you're looking to jump on some of the games building with Immutable, then you can take a look at Illuvium, Gods Unchained, Metalcore, and Guild of Guardians. Next up, we depart from the Ethereum layer 2 world and focus on one of the hottest up-and-coming gaming chains in Avalanche. The unique thing about Avalanche is that it's really a network of custom created blockchains called subnets, where every game developer can fully customize every aspect of their blockchain to their needs while still maintaining interoperability with other Avalanche-based subnets, and it's all EVM compatible, so it works with Ethereum. This next bull cycle is all about gaming, and everyone has Avalanche all up in their mouth. The AVX token is the backbone of the entire chain. The cool thing is each game can also create their own token within their subnet too, so lots of good investment exposure can be had. Avalanche also boasts some of the most anticipated games that are using blockchain tech like Off the Grid, Shrapnel, Dami Online, Bloodloop, Fableborn, and DeFi Kingdoms. Now let's step outside of the Ethereum compatible chains for a second and take a look at Solana. The Solana blockchain rose to fame quickly in 2020 during the infamous DeFi summer, and with major backing from VCs, it's dominated for almost 2 years until the recent collapse of FTX. Now, we won't get into all that drama here, but when it comes to gaming, Solana is still a force to be reckoned with. Solana can compete with Polygon in the speed department, posting up to 65,000 transactions per second and theoretically much more. That speed is great for huge games that have thousands of players, and Solana is home to one of the most ambitious crypto games in the industry with Star Atlas. While we have seen some interest wane in Solana during the bear market, I think it's going to make a comeback in a big way in 2024. Of course, you can always pick up some of the Sol token, which is key to everything on that chain, including getting into games like Star Atlas, Orrery, Synergy Land, Boss Fighters, Cryo War, Earth from Another Sun, EVIO, Photo Finish, and more. Alright, swinging back to Ethereum compatible chains, we have Ronin on deck next. Launched by the creators of Axie Infinity, the Ronin network was purpose-built specifically just for gaming, and with up to 100,000 transactions per second, the chain can handle almost anything you can throw at it. Currently, Ronin charts some of the highest numbers of active daily players, and it's been able to entice some key games to switching over to their blockchain. Of course, the RON token gives you the same type of utility you've seen elsewhere, used in marketplaces for staking and for governance. Top games in the network include Pixels, The Machines Arena, Wild Forest, Aperon, Battle Bears, and of course, Axie Infinity. The next standalone gaming-focused chain is one I've talked about a lot recently, and that's Gala Games. Earlier this year, Gala launched their own purpose-built blockchain called Gala Chain that's focused on the entertainment world. While Gala Chain is not directly compatible with the Ethereum, it can theoretically handle 1 million transactions per second and above. The Gala token powers the whole ecosystem, and all fees are paid in Gala, and it can be used in the new Gala marketplace called NFT Harbor. Gala is also the pioneer of the gaming node ecosystem, where nodes are run by individuals who help process all the transactions for the games using Gala and then are rewarded with the token. There are a lot of good mix of mobile and PC focused games on Gala, including Last Expedition, The Walking Dead Empires, Champions Arena, Dragon Strike, Grit, and Mirandus. So many of the top blockchains have adopted NFT and gaming tech that it's almost like it's a required feature at this point. The Cardano blockchain has really struggled to find the best use case for their tech focused chain, but adding the tools for NFTs and gaming to deploy on their layer 1 chain has increased activity significantly. While not as fast as some of the other gaming focused chains, their community is large and dedicated to supporting the gaming projects building there, including Cornucopias, Cropbytes, and Mokasi Planet. Despite every major blockchain jumping on the gaming bandwagon, there's still room for newcomers. Recently rebranding from Merit Circle to Beam, this gaming-focused subnet chain on Avalanche has some great privacy-focused tools for game developers that provide everything you need to jumpstart a game's journey in crypto. While they're still fairly unproven at this point, they have a very strong narrative for the bull run being on Avalanche, and I love the retro 80s vibe for their marketing. You can check out a few games already confirmed to be building with Beam, including Trial Extreme, Walker World, and Hash Rush. If you spend any amount of time on social media, then you might have seen hundreds of posts tagging Portalcoin. Now, this isn't a traditional blockchain, but I thought it was important to include here because of all the confusion over the so-called hype. The aim for Portalcoin is to be a link between all these different blockchains and games, kind of like an intermediary currency and technology that uses AI. Portalcoin rose to fame quickly through an airdrop campaign that saw people adding hashtag and tagging the project on social for the chance to get the tokens airdropped to them. They recently added Jamie King, co-founder of Rockstar Games, to their advisory board and kicked off their first pre-sale for the coin as well. Good projects die hard, and the Enjin blockchain is proof. Enjin was the gaming-focused blockchain leader in the early years of 2017, but being Ethereum-based, the fees killed most projects there. Now, Enjin has risen from the ashes of Ethereum and Polkadot with a complete retooling of their offerings and launched the Enjin Matrix chain. A lot of people have counted Enjin out, but with their new tech, they could really be a rival to Avalanche in that department. They recently migrated 200 million NFTs from their legacy chain to the new Enjin blockchain, and while 2024 is going to be a rebuilding year for the team, they still have a few games that have held true to their network, like Nine Lives Arena, Lost Relics, Forest Knight, Alterverse, and Space Misfits. Much like Enjin, the Wax blockchain has been around since 2018 and was purpose-built for NFTs and gaming. Using EOS technology, which is vastly different than Ethereum-based stuff, there are some great things that make Wax unique, like zero transaction fees and a neutral carbon footprint, but still with very high speed to support lots of concurrent players at the same time. They've collaborated with some huge brands, including Funko Pops, Marvel, DC, Street Fighter, Topps, Mattel, and Nickelodeon. While Wax is more of an NFT focused chain, they do have some very playable games like Forge Arena, Alien Worlds, Splinterlands, Avalon, and Forsaken. Now, we all know Binance is one of the largest crypto exchanges in the world, but there's also quite a few games building there. Yet another Ethereum compatible layer 2 solution. They don't have as much speed as some of the other chains, but they have a massive war chest to support them in other ways. BNB chain does not often get a lot of love in the West, as it's been mostly focused on developers and games coming from the Asian markets, but there is a lot of crossover from other chains. We've seen games like Dami Online, Splinterlands, Alien Worlds, and more go cross-chain with BNB. Native games like Stella Fantasy, Thetan Arena, My Neighbor Alice, and The Harvest have all seen some traction lately as well. As the bull market rears its profitable horns, we've seen the Bull blockchain, spelled with a 3 instead of a B, really gain some traction with crypto gamers. Playable Games has built this gaming-focused Avalanche subnet to be an optimized gaming experience for developers and gamers alike. While they don't have a lot of games committed to their chain currently, their flagship title Nexus is already on the Epic Games Store in beta, and their community is incredibly dedicated. Okay, let's move on here to a few honorable mentions where I won't go into as much detail, but there are chains you still might want to keep an eye on, which include Arbitrum, another EVM compatible chain with games like AI Arena, Mighty Action Heroes, and Cradles. We also have Base, which is a new offering from Coinbase, the largest exchange in the US. Sui is an up and coming gaming chain with games like Panzer Dogs and Samurai Showdown. And rounding out the mentions with a little bonus is Elysium, coming from the Vulcan Forge team, and also Hive, the native home to Splinterlands. All right, are you still with me? That was a lot to take in. But that's because there are so many great opportunities in crypto gaming. We've seen tons of C-level talent make the jump from their traditional gaming positions to heading up flagship blockchain ecosystems. This list has just become absolutely exhausting. I hope this helps you in your journey to find the right gaming projects to look into so you don't miss out on a piece of that sweet, sweet gaming pizza pie in the sky. That's all we have for today, agents. And as always, this briefing never happened. Secret Agent Stash, over and out.
Secret Agent Stash. Secret Agent Stash.